What's up, YouTube? We're back. It's your boy, Mad Stacker, and we're here because I went to my first coin show. Hey guys, welcome back. Super excited to share this. I've been waiting for a really long time, but first, I have to tell you about the Night of Nines. So last night, during Madhouse Live, I was opening a box of $50. And when I tell you that I had 19 enders with the number 9 on them, there were over, I guarantee you, 300 coins in the entire box that had been marked with the number 9. It was absolutely absurd. So, of course, I'm thinking, man, this is going to be the worst box ever. Somebody has marked this thing like crazy. I'm seeing them everywhere. But it was weird because I did have my first ender. And I could see it was a proof ender. So I couldn't wait to get this one open. So I opened this one first. And lo and behold, it was a 2005 proof. So NIFC proof. Cool? All right. Also, got a 1980 proof. Super happy about that one. Typically, any proofs I found so far have been really disgusting. But super happy about those. Now, I did get also 5 NIFCs, but 4 of them were actually marked with the number 9. Who does that kind of thing, right? So 5 NIFCs total, but it gets better. I found a 1965 40%er. This was my first find. I found it like within the first 10 rolls, and I was super stoked about it. So real quick, the mintage on this is going to be 65,879,366 Kennedy half. Then, lo and behold, I found a 1967 Kennedy half dollar, another 40%er. Mintage on this, 295,046,978. But before it was all said and done, and let me tell you, I freaked out. I found my first ever Benji in a roll. 1952. Somebody sliced the bell up a little bit, but I don't care. 1952D. 25,395,600 of these made, and I was completely stoked. So you guys know, these, along with the stuff I'll show you in a minute, will go in my stack. And once it goes in my stack, it never goes back. Now, let's get into what I got from the coin show. I'll get all this stuff out of the way and give us some room. There we go. And I'm just going to dump this out of this bag because the bag's tearing on me. And it's easier to do it that way. All right, so first things first. Y'all saw my PCGS box? Well, the NGC ones did not fit in the PCGS box. So, I got an NGC box. Pretty cool. Now I've got something to stick my NGC slabs in. Super excited about that. Other supplies I got, a couple dime rolls. Never can have too many of those. I'll get all that organized and start filling those bad boys up at some point. And also, kind of stoked about this, I got my first loop. And I have used it already, but wanted to show you guys. Triple something or the other. Let me see what that says. Triplet 30x times 21 millimeters. So this works pretty good. Helps me see some of those small mintage dates and that sort of thing. Now, for those of you that watch my lives, you've seen this before because I was showing it when I first started doing lives, which was about a month ago, is when I got this. And this is the 43rd in the America the Beautiful series. This is the Voyagers 2018 5-ounce silver quarter. SP70. And man, this thing is amazing. I just absolutely love it. Isn't that nice? I bought this for $150, y'all. He had a whole bin of them. I said, hey, which one of these SP70s can I get for the best price? What's the one that you don't think you're going to be able to sell? The one that's not as cool as all the other ones? I don't care. I just wanted one of them to start. Now, don't get me wrong. Let's be honest. I want them all. But I was good to start with this one. And plus, I love duck hunting. So, yeah, that bad boy looks like he's ready to get it. This is from the Minnesota, America the Beautiful, 2018, 5 ounces. Beautiful, beautiful piece. Definitely going in the stack. Now, this took place on September 26th, the day before my daughter got dropped off to go to the Navy. And she did make a purchase this day as well, and I'll share that with you also. But let's start with mine, okay? All right, spot price on that Friday when it closed was $22.90. So that'll kind of give you an idea of some of the stuff we got here. First, I want to talk about the Kookaburra. That's going to be a 2013 Kookaburra. You see the two juvenile Kookaburras, or baby Kookaburra. I don't want to call them babies. They're not babies. So let's call them teenagers, if you will. 2013, 3/9 fine silver. Of course, this is from the Perth Mint, the Ian Rank Broadley effigy of Queen Elizabeth. And there were 500,000 of these made. All right. Now, I'm going kind of quick. Y'all know I like to typically look at this stuff a little bit longer, but because of the amount we have to go through, I'm going to move a little bit quicker. Then I also got I got this for $27. Okay. And then I got this koala also for $27. And that's a 2016 koala. You see him there on the eucalyptus tree. 3/9 fine silver, also from the Perth Mint. Also the Ian Rank Broadley effigy. The case is a little scratched up a little bit, but overall it's a beautiful, beautiful coin. Now, I also picked up 2 of these 2009 Buffaloes, just 1 ounce rounds. They're starting to tone a little bit around the edges. I don't know if y'all can see that very well on the camera. Look at the top there. You see that? Starting to tone a little bit. Now, I don't know if these are from Silvertown or Highland Mint. I know they both make them. And there may be other mints that make them as well, but these are pretty widely accepted. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the Highland Mint ones typically have an HM on them, and I don't see that here, so it's very likely that these are Silvertown. So, last but not least, I got the 1 ounce Panda, which is the 2013 Panda. And this is the Hall of Prayer for Abundant Harvests. That's what this building here is. I'm not sure what that says. Probably something along the lines of Republic of China. And then you flip that over and you've got 3 pandas drinking from a watering hole. Now in 2015, that was the last year of the 1 ounce. Starting in 2016, they switched over to 30 grams, which I like ounces better. I like troy ounces better. But apparently, more parts of the world like grams. So, I mean, that makes sense, I guess. All right. Now, I also bought $10 face of Constitutional. Paid $30 for that, which I thought was a really good deal. Even though it was an $8 premium, those things are not typically that cheap. So, then I did a lot of shopping around, and it took me a little while to find the guy with the cheapest Constitutional. And this guy kind of had these bags put together. He had some Kennedys in here, so I negotiated those out for some Benjis. There were also a couple dimes that I didn't want that I negotiated out. Going back and looking at it now, there was one more that I wish I would have negotiated out but did not. But again, my first coin show, wasn't super comfortable, trying to learn. But I got $10 worth of Constitutional for $170, which was 17 times face, which I felt like was a pretty good deal. So I'm going to organize this real quick, and then we'll go through them. It would just take forever for me to try to put it in order while you guys were watching. So give me 1 second. All right, boys and girls, we're back. Now, I'm going to go through this, and it's going to be kind of fast, but I want to make sure that you get to see everything. So, we're going to start with the Walkers. This is a 1935 S. Mintage on that, 3,854,000. The next one is going to be a 1936 D. Mint mark is there. The mintage on the 36D was 4,252,000. The next one, 1937P. The mintage on that was 9,522,000. And then on the 41s, we've got an S. This one is an S. And then this one is a P. So on the S, the mintage was 8,098,000. And then on the P, the mintage was 24,192,000. The next one we have is the 1942. That is a no mint mark, so it's a P. And the mintage on that was 47,818,000. And then here we've got two 1943, both no mint marks, so those are both P's. The mintage on those is 53,190,000. The next one here is going to be 1944, both P's as well. The mintage on these is going to be 28,206,000. Then we've got a 45D, mintage 9,966,800. And then finally, we've got a 46S. And the mintage on this was 3,724,000. Lowest mintage Walker out of all of them. All right, moving on. We've got the Benjis. We've got a 1953D. The mintage on this was 20,900,400. Mint mark on the Benji is up top there. You see the D. The next one is going to be a 1957, also a D. The mintage on this was 19,966,850. And then the last Benji, and the nicest one out of all of them, was the last year they made the Benjis, was 1963. And the mintage on this was 67,069,292. All right. Now moving on to the dimes, we've got a Barber dime that is an 1893 O. The mintage on the 1893 O Barber was 1,760,000. Now I'm just going to touch the Mercuries and the Rosies because trying to pick each and every one of these up to show them would be quite a bit. So the first one is going to be a 1917S. The second one is going to be, and I'm not going to give you all the mintages, but I'll plug them in here so you'll see them down at the bottom. The second one is going to be a 1918 P. Then we got a 1929. I don't know the mint mark, but I'm going to assume that's going to be a P because the other ones were pretty low mintage. 1936D. Then we've got a 1937 P. Then we've got a 1939D. Two 1941 Ps. And then one 1941S. Then we've got a 1942D here. And then we've got a 1942P here. And then we've got a 1943D. And then we've also got a 1943P. And then last but not least, 1945P on the Mercury. Now onto the Roosevelts. We've got a 1947S. Get in there. All right. Kind of scarred up a little bit. We got a 1952D. Get it. There you go. We've got a 1953D. A 1958D. And then four 1964 D's and 2 1964 P's. So altogether, that is $10 face constitutional. Getting closer to getting all this figured out so I can figure out how much constitutional I have and get a real number on my 100-ounce constitutional challenge. So super excited about that. For the mintages that I did not say out loud, I will plug those in. If you're a nerd like me and you like to know that kind of stuff, I know it's a lot of different years in one video, but when you buy a bag like this that's all mixed, which I try not to do typically, I just could not pass up that deal. So I'll get the rest of this packed up later. I want to say thank you guys so much for coming to hang out. This all is going in my stack, and once it goes in my stack, you know it never goes back. And that's going to bring my total ounces to 270.1702367 ounces at an average cost of $25 even per ounce. So, guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Thanks for checking out all this cool stuff and some of the what some people consider boring stuff, but I don't. I love seeing the old constitutional stuff, and I really do love things like pandas and kooks and koalas. These are all fun. This was just for weight because it was the cheapest thing I bought that day. But I had a great time at my first coin show. I've been to another one since. Love it, love it, love it. Being around all those people, seeing everybody trying to make deals, super fun. And just like the online community, there's a bunch of great people in those coin shows. And don't worry about fitting in when you go to one, because you'll fit in just fine, because they are all mad there.